There's a sentence that appears everywhere under factory videos. It sounds intelligent. It sounds confident. And it sounds so obvious that people repeat it without hesitation. Why don't they just use one machine to do everything? One machine, one process, one perfect solution. No long lines, no multiple steps, no complicated systems, just efficiency. On the internet, this idea feels revolutionary. In real factories, it's a nightmare. Today, we're exposing why the one simple solution myth refuses to die, and why factories deliberately avoid it, even when it looks cheaper, faster, and smarter. By the end of this video, you'll understand something most people never realize. Complex systems don't fail because they're complex. They fail when someone tries to make them simple. Let's expose the myth. The internet loves simplicity. One app that replaces 10 tools. One device that replaces an entire setup. One machine that does everything. So when people watch factory videos, they instinctively ask, why are there so many machines? Why not combine these steps? Why not build one powerful machine instead of many smaller ones? At first glance, it makes sense. Fewer machines means less space, fewer workers, less maintenance, less cost at least. That's the assumption. But factories are not designed around assumptions. They are designed around failure scenarios. And that's where this myth collapses. Let's imagine the obvious solution. A single massive machine that forms the product, processes it, inspects it, packages it all in one smooth operation. No handoffs, no conveyors, no pauses. On paper, this looks brilliant. In reality, it creates a single point of failure. And in industrial systems, single points of failure are disasters waiting to happen. Here's the first problem. When one machine does everything, everything depends on it. If it fails, production stops completely, workers stand idle, orders are delayed, deadlines are missed. In modular systems, failure is isolated. One machine stops, the rest continue. One section pauses. Buffers absorb the shock. But in a one-machine system, there is no shock absorber. There is only downtime. And downtime is the most expensive enemy factories face. Let's put this into perspective. In large-scale manufacturing, 1 hour of downtime can cost tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. Now imagine that risk concentrated into a single machine. That's not efficiency. That's gambling. Factories don't gamble with production. Now let's talk about maintenance, the part no viral video ever shows. Machines need cleaning, calibration, lubrication, part replacement in modular systems. Maintenance is scheduled in rotation. One machine goes down, another takes over. Production slows, but doesn't stop. But in a do-it-all machine, maintenance means shutdown. Complete shutdown. Every single time. What looks like simplicity becomes operational paralysis. Here's where the myth becomes dangerous. The internet assumes machines fail rarely. In reality, machines fail constantly, not dramatically, not explosively, but subtly. A misalignment here, a sensor drift there, a tolerance shift you can't see. Complex machines amplify small errors. The more functions you combine, the harder it becomes to diagnose problems. Is the issue mechanical? electrical, software, timing, material inconsistency. Now imagine debugging all of that inside one giant system. Factories don't avoid this because they can't build it. They avoid it because they've already tried it. Let's pause and involve you. Have you ever thought, why don't they just combine everything into one machine? If yes, comment I've thought this. Because almost everyone has. And now you're about to understand why that instinct is wrong. Here's the next problem. Optimization. Each step in a factory is optimized independently. One machine is optimized for speed, another for precision, another for durability, another for inspection. When you combine them, you're forced to compromise. You can't optimize for everything at once. Speed hurts precision. Precision hurts speed. Heat affects accuracy. Vibration affects inspection. Factories separate processes because specialization wins. One machine doing one job exceptionally well beats one machine doing everything poorly. Now let's talk about scaling, the silent killer of obvious solutions. When demand increases, modular systems scale easily. Need more output? Add another machine, extend the line, duplicate the module. But with a single massive machine, you can't scale it. You can't duplicate it easily. You can't modify it cheaply. You can't upgrade it gradually. You either rebuild the entire thing, or you don't scale at all. That's why factories hate rigid designs. Flexibility beats brilliance every time. Now comes the human factor. Factories are built around people, not just machines. Operators specialize. Technicians specialize. Inspectors specialize. When one machine does everything, it demands broader expertise, more training, higher error risk. One mistake affects the entire system. In modular systems, mistakes are contained. Containment is safety. Here's a truth that surprises most people. Factories are not optimized for peak performance. They are optimized for predictable performance. A system that produces slightly less consistently is superior to one that produces more unpredictably. Predictability enables planning, inventory control, logistics, quality assurance. The one machine myth destroys predictability, and predictability is what keeps factories alive. Let's address the biggest illusion: cost. People assume one machine must be cheaper than many, but in industrial reality, development cost skyrockets, maintenance cost explodes, downtime risk multiplies, upgrade paths disappear. Factories calculate total cost of ownership, not purchase price. Cheap to buy but expensive to operate is not cheap. It's a trap. So why does this myth survive? Because it looks clean. Because diagrams hide complexity. Because we love elegant ideas more than ugly reality. But factories live in reality, and reality is messy. Here's the final twist. Factories do combine steps sometimes, but only when failure risk is low. Processes are compatible, maintenance can be isolated. Redundancy exists. They don't reject simplicity. They reject fragile simplicity. That's the difference the internet never explains. Before we close, let me ask you something. What other obvious factory idea have you heard that feels too simple to be true? Is it one super machine, full automation, no human workers, infinite speed? Drop it in the comments. Your idea might be the next myth we expose. If this video changed how you see factories, machines, or engineering logic, then you already understand what this channel is about. Not making things look smart, but making them work. Factories don't avoid simple solutions. They avoid fragile ones. And the most dangerous systems in the world are the ones that look perfect, right up until they fail. This is Industrial Myths Exposed, and there are many more myths left to break.